Combs can be seen striking and kicking Ventura as she tried to leave.
When CNN dropped that raw footage, we knew Diddy was finished, fam. It was the nail in the coffin for the music mogul, and now he's facing the music in court. During the trial, something wild went down. Cassie finally got to spill her truth, but it's clear Diddy's time in the joint didn't chill his crazy vibes. Word is he completely lost it. Let's get to her testimony. Cassie Ventura spills it all in court on May 13th, 2025. Cassandra Cassie Ventura stepped up to the plate in a Manhattan federal courtroom, laying it all bare against her ex Sean Diddy Combs in his blockbuster sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Cassie, a singer who came up under Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment, was dropping bombs as the prosecution star witness, breaking down a decade of straight-up physical, emotional, and sexual abuse that kicked off when she was young at 19, and he was holding it down at 37. Her testimony straight fire, full of pain, real talk, and hood vibes that painted Diddy as a kingpin who ran her life like a trap house. Cassie kept it a buck, saying her vibe with Diddy started as a music biz hookup when she signed to his label, but it flipped quick into some controlling, toxic mess. She said Diddy was that dude, charismatic but moving like a shot caller, who had her whole life on lock, from what she wore to how she did her hair to who she could even chop it up. With Diddy was calling every shot, he had me feeling like I was caged. No cap. Cassie testified, her voice shaking like she was reliving the drama. She said Diddy would flex on her by snatching her stuff or blocking her bag if she didn't fall in line. That power trip, prosecutors say, was the backbone of Diddy's alleged criminal hustle, manipulating and exploiting women like they were pawns in his game. The wildest part of Cassie's testimony, she got real about these so-called freak-offs, drug-fueled X-rated parties that Diddy allegedly set up and recorded like he was directing a flick. Cassie said Diddy would put her on the spot, telling her to get down with male escorts, while he kicked back and watched. Camera rolling. These joints went down in bougie hotels and Diddy's cribs in spots like LA, NYC, and Miami, often under fake names like Frank Black to keep it low-key. Cassie said these sessions, sometimes lasting 4 days, had her feeling straight up violated and like trash. I was shook to say no because I knew he'd wild out, she said, holding back tears. She claimed Diddy kept her faded with drugs like ketamine and coke to make her go along with it, and those tapes allegedly used as leverage to keep her quiet. Prosecutors say these freak-offs are the heart of the sex trafficking charges, with Diddy allegedly strong-arming women into doing his bidding. Cassie didn't hold back on the physical abuse either. She said Diddy would lay hands on her, leaving her with black eyes, bruises, and a busted lip. He'd smack me up, then act like it was all good, she said, spilling how he'd try to smooth it over with gifts or fake apologies, only to do it again. The courtroom was shook when prosecutors played a 2016 hotel surveillance tape, already leaked to the streets, showing Diddy chasing Cassie down a hallway, tossing her to the floor and kicking her like she was nothing. That footage had folks in the room gasping, backing up her story. 100 Cassie said that beatdown wasn't a one-off, but part of a pattern that had her living in fear, like she was dodging landmines daily. While Cassie was pouring her heart out, Diddy was posted up at the defense table, looking unfazed in a tin suit, scribbling notes like he was just chilling. His legal squads pushing that he's innocent, claiming Cassie and others are spinning tales for cloud or a check. Diddy's plead not guilty to the racketeering, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges, and his team ain't cross-examined Cassie yet. But word is they're going to try to poke holes in her story. The feds are building a case that Diddy was running a whole operation using his money, clout, and industry connects to keep victims on hush and dodge the law. More witnesses, including other women with similar stories, are expected to hit the stand soon. Cassie's case all but sealed the deal, but her testimony isn't the only damning one so far. Other key witness testimonies. Daniel Phillip, a 41-year-old male escort and stripper, testified that Cassie hired him to get down with her while Diddy watched. Phillip's testimony on day one of the trial had the courtroom shook with the details of his interactions with Diddy and Ventura. Phillip said his involvement with Ventura and Diddy started back in 2012 when he got hired to strip at what he thought was a bachelorette party at the Gramercy Park Hotel in Manhattan. But according to him, the gig quickly turned into paid sexual encounters with Ventura, with Diddy always in the cut. According to Phillip, he got paid between $700 and $6,000 per session, with some sessions lasting up to 10 hours, he said. Ventura handled the payments, but Diddy was always there, usually watching from the corner and allegedly handling his business. Phillip described Diddy giving specific instructions on how he should get down with Ventura during these encounters, which were sometimes recorded by Diddy on his phone or camcorder. Phillip testified about one particularly wild incident where Diddy allegedly told him to do something that made Ventura choke, which Phillip said was messed up. This testimony backs up what the prosecution's been saying, that Diddy orchestrated and controlled these sexual encounters, sometimes in ways that could hurt people. One of the most disturbing parts of Phillip's testimony was when he described seeing Diddy put hands on Ventura multiple times. In one incident, he claims he saw Diddy throw a bottle at Ventura, grab her by the hair, and drag her into a bedroom when she didn't come. When he called her another time, Phillip described Diddy allegedly dragging Ventura by her hair into a bedroom while she was screaming, with Phillip hearing slaps and Ventura saying sorry. According to his testimony, Ventura then ran out of the room with no clothes on and jumped into Phillip's lap, shaking like crazy. Phillip admitted he didn't step in or call the cops about these incidents because he was scared for his life. Describing Diddy as someone with unlimited power, he also mentioned that Diddy had snapped a pic of his driver's license, which he took as a threat. This fits with the prosecution's portrayal of Diddy as someone who used intimidation and fear to keep people in check. According to Phillip, he asked Ventura why she was still with Diddy despite the abuse, warning her about how dangerous it was to stay with him. Ventura reportedly didn't give a clear answer. Phillip also claimed he would have done the encounters with Ventura for free, suggesting he had feelings for her, which the defense later used to try to make him look bad. On May 13, 2025, Diddy's defense attorney, Xavier Donaldson, went hard at Phillip during cross-examination, trying to make him look like a hater who was jealous of Diddy and had the hots for Ventura, wanting to shoot his shot with her. The defense also tried to catch him slipping on inconsistencies in his previous statements, but Phillip clapped back by correcting Donaldson multiple times when incorrect info was presented. Diddy's legal squad portrayed Phillip as a witness who couldn't be trusted, emphasizing that their clients' interactions with Ventura were consensual and not trafficking. This approach fits with the defense's overall strategy of painting the alleged freak-offs as consensual activities rather than forced or exploitative situations. Phillip's testimony was so explicit that it had Diddy's daughters leaving the courtroom during a particularly graphic part. The whole testimony was noted for being intense, with jurors having been pre-screened to make sure they could handle this kind of content, while Phillip's testimony painted a disturbing picture of alleged abuse and coercion. The defense's cross-examination tried to cast doubt on his credibility and motives. This back and forth shows how heated this trial is and the challenges the prosecution faces in proving their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Before Phillips, the first witness to take the stand was Israel Flores, an LAPD officer who used to work security at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. Flores testified on May 12, 2025, about a 2016 incident where Diddy was caught on camera putting hands on his then-girlfriend Cassie. Ventura. Flores broke down what went down on March 5, 2016, when he responded to drama at the Intercontinental Hotel. The jury got to see the surveillance footage that showed Diddy wild out on Ventura in the hotel hallway, beating her, kicking her, and dragging her back to their room. This video, which CNN leaked back in May 2024, is a major piece of the puzzle for the prosecution, showing Diddy allegedly using violence to keep people in check. During his testimony, Flores pointed out that Ventura had a purple eye after the incident, showing she got roughed up for real. When Diddy's lawyer Brian Steele cross-examined him, he tried to poke holes in Flores's story, highlighting that the purple eye detail wasn't in the original 2016 report.